I'm Glen Elvidge, play at Staining, struggling with strike.
And was struggling with strike. We started it today and we've seen a huge improvement not only on strike, not only on direction, but mainly also the distance of things has been huge. So Glen, what was happening at the moment with the irons, we were struggling with strike. Glen plays off 7, but couldn't quite crisp it. Now what we found out at the start today is that 7-iron was only really travelling about 132 yards, and that's short of where it should have been. We're now at the end of today's session, we're carrying it 152 consistently, and what we've changed is path. So what we noticed, when Glen was hitting, he would fat the shot because his path would come too far from the inside, therefore too shallow, therefore catching the floor. Okay, so it's a slightly odd setup, obviously we're hitting into net, but because we've got the launch monitor, I can map out everything that you're doing when you hit the shot anyway. Yeah. So I can show you how far you're hitting it, the flight and everything else, so I can give you some really good data. So these are carrying, at the moment, 132. That's without any disturb, it's really closed data.
Yeah.
So granted, if you get one out there and you smash it, I reckon you could get it to 150. Because you've got the club head speed too. The club head speed's around 80 miles per hour. You've got the potential to get to, I think total distance probably be nearer to 150 at the moment. Okay. But what I am impressed with, your dispersion is excellent.
Yeah.
Do you find that?
Yeah, I'm not normally left or right.
Obviously, strike at the moment is, I can even hear it on the mat, it's not the crispest, is it?
No, it's not.
Your path angle into the ball is consistently inside by an average of 5.9 degrees, okay? Your worst one was 9 degrees,
right.
And that's the one you hit the worst fat.
Yeah.
That's the one you hit the worst fat shot, when your path was the most from the inside.
Into out.
Into out, okay? Now what happens then is you hit into out, and what will happen to the angle of attack then, that will shallow quite a lot. Now, if you've got a path that's coming in and shallow, you've got a high chance of catching the ground, high chance. To add to that, there's a fraction of loss of angle as you come in to make contact. So we need to actually change one aspect of this, and the aspect would be to actually hit down more, much further down, and to straighten the path up by feeling like you're hitting more left. Okay? Yeah. The reason why your path is so extreme is because you have a setup that's incredibly closed. As this club is coming more from the in, can you hear where I'm hitting there? If I go really in, I'm hitting back here. If I go more outwards, you see where I hit? It's more this way, and then down and across. Good. Where did you make contact with the floor? Closer, wasn't it?
Yeah,
let's try it again. So you're going to go down and then towards me. Exactly that. Really good. Now look at this. Where we started, we were 9 degrees in and only 1.5 down. It's a driver display, but it is an iron head. You're hitting an iron there. So the reason why you were fatting it is because you were so far in and too shallow. That carried 132. Okay? .6 out. We've moved it 10 degrees, and also we've then improved the angle of attack. You've struck it cleaner, you've carried it 152. But it's the strike. It sounds like a different golf shot. So what we've worked on is aligning things more to the left, because we were quite close, moving things more to the left, getting the feeling like we're cutting across the ball and downwards. And we moved our path from 9 degrees in to 1.6 degrees outside. The tiniest little bit outside. So we'll encounter now a little fade or a tiny little pull. How much better was the strike?
Great.
It's the sound I got off it. Yeah. The sound was amazing. So Glen, awesome session today. Sir, did you enjoy it?
Yeah, brilliant.
It was a really good improvement. Well done.
Cheers.